Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time since I've uploaded a video. As you know, I'm pregnant and I mentioned that in the last video, but it's just things go a lot slower when you're pregnant. Yeah, like there's a lot of resting that has to happen and doctor's appointments and more resting than making. So even though this may seem like a lot, I've had these kind of going for a while now and they're finally ready. So yeah, I think I looked back at my Instagram and I posted them like a couple weeks ago, but like finishing touches weren't done and it's taken me about that long to get them finished. And besides that, I've been working on some other little projects too, but anywho, again, these are done. And I just want to tell you a little more about them. So basically I came up with these because, and this is a confession, I really wanted to buy more Sari trim. Boho Tree, who most of you know, and I'll leave a link to her shop down below in the description box, but she was having a big sale and I just wanted to stock up on her trims. I hadn't purchased from her in a while. And then I looked at my Sari stash and I actually had so much Sari trims that I really thought, you know what, let me just get through some of my Sari that I have right now. And use them on a bunch of journals and then I'll purchase some new stuff. So I kind of just made myself use what I had, and I have so much beautiful, I mean, you'll see throughout here, I have so much beautiful trim, but you know, we always want more. So anyway, I used up a bunch of Sari trims, Indian embroidered trims from my stash. So these are primarily Indian trims with some other vintage fabrics that I had. And then I was able to, then I told myself I could get some new stuff. But anyway, so these are standard size journals, again, made up mostly of Indian Sari embroidered trim and some vintage fabrics and little, small little embellishments. One might have a little rose somewhere. And I've just numbered them, number 1 through 10. 10 is over here, just out of frame. But, I have 1 through 10 and they are all very much the same. So they are unembellished. They have really cool papers inside for you to journal on. There are things tucked inside. There's handmade collage tags, which I just showed on my Instagram yesterday with like sprays and things and collage. And there are like vintage postcards. There are authentic vintage tags, some other authentic vintage bits inside. So they do have things tucked away inside, but there's no theme. There's nothing specific about them. They're very basic inside with like vintage cookbook pages, ledger paper, hand-dyed papers, like veggie dyed papers, and just the usual things like that. But I thought that I would make something like these for perhaps for people who may have been wanting to get something from me but miss out because when I come out with a collection, there might be one, or like, you know, only 2 to 3 journals, or maybe sometimes I only even have one, and they get snapped up quickly. So I thought having a large variety and having them be sort of unthemed and sort of for everybody, like what I'm in my brain, I'm thinking that like anyone could find something in here that they might like. They're not overly floral. They're not overly anything. So yeah, I just tried to make these like very all-inclusive, and they're all very much the same. They all have the same amount of things inside. They are all going to be the same price. So I'm only going to go over the inside of like 1, maybe 2 of them because they are so much the same inside. And then I'm going to show you, I'll just kind of do a slow clip of each number. So if you watch this video, you can kind of look at each one and know your number. So if you are interested in purchasing one, you can just look for the number, and on my website, the listing will say standard size number 1, standard size number 2, and you can just look for the numbered one that you like, or perhaps you just recognize the cover. But I just thought that this might be an easy way for you to recognize it, and also they're just really cool little tags. These are little wooden tags that I embossed with this stamp, and then I hand painted them, embossed them, and then sealed them with some glitter varnish. So I just thought that that was just a cool little tag on the front. So anyway, that's enough about the journals. I'm going to go ahead and show you the inside of one, maybe two, and then I have some other things I want to show you that are going to be part of my shop update as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this part to music. Okay, so now that you've seen the inside of two of the journals, just know that that's what basically all of them look like on the inside. And when I list them on my website, I'm not going to have multiple pictures of each one. I'm just going to show the cover of each one, and you can purchase that way. I just don't think that it would be worth the time to take photos of the inside of every single one when they are all very similar. And if you've watched this video and you watched the two that I just went through, you have an idea of what's inside yours. So there's just not going to be 15 pictures of each journal, these 10 journals, because that just doesn't make sense. So I hope that's okay, and I hope that you got an idea of what will be inside them. And again, these I wanted to just make something that was for everyone, and something that, something for some people who may have been wanting to get something from me for a while and haven't had a chance, and just wanted something perhaps a little bit less intimidating. There's no theme. There's not a whole lot of decorating to the pages or anything like that. This is very open for you to do your own thing, but also with vintage ephemera inside for you to play with. So, and one thing I wanted to point out is that some of them have a front pocket with tags inside, and some of them have no pocket. This one looks like it does, but it's actually not a pocket. But they still all have the equal amount of things inside. So just wanted to point out the difference, that there are some that have a front pocket and some that don't. This is one that does not. But that's no matter, because again, they're all the same. So, okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and show you each cover by itself so that you can get a better look. Okay, so the next thing I have for my shop update is going to be these little de-stash Sari trim packs. Like I said, I have so much Sari trim, and these are trims that I've already used a bunch. So I've already made several projects with a lot of these different trims, and I'm just kind of making room in my stash for some new things. So I thought that I would just de-stash my remnants and remaining styles. I love these. They're all very beautiful. I've just used them several times, and I'm just making room for some new inventory. So maybe somebody else can enjoy these in your projects. And some of these are even used in these journals. This one was used heavily in a lot of these on the back. So, and then one of these trims here, I'll go ahead and open one of these. Okay, so here's this one. This beautiful one. I love this one. This one is not Indian Sari. This is just a vintage ribbon that I have a lot of, and I thought I would share some with you. It's really beautiful. It's like a brocade. I'm not sure exactly what you call this, but very pretty. I like to use this either like as like a little tab, or you can just even cut it up. Like cut each little, like a little square, and use it several times because you've got a long length here. And then this one, beautiful green one. This is kind of a really nice patch that you could use on the front of a cover, like maybe make a big pocket. That's kind of what I like to use these big wide trims for, is I use them on pockets. And then this one here that's so pretty with these little pearls and lots of gold. And this one I like to cut and use this side for something and this side for something else. So that's just the way I use these. But yeah, just a little Sari trim bundle for anybody who's interested in some little Sari remnants. So there's that. And then the next thing is, let me sit down. I've been standing this whole time. These little airmail envelopes, they're really cute. These vintage airmail envelopes from Texas. I have a whole stack of these, and I thought that it would be fun to just kind of fill these with little things. So I just filled these with these little ephemera folders that I made just out of scrapbook paper that I have, and I just filled them with a few little vintage bits. So first of all, I have some more Sari trims here, and these are different than what you would get in this pack. So say you want to get both of these things, you're not going to get any repeats. They're different. So just a couple little trims here. I won't take the whole pack out, but things that I've already used a bunch, and I'm just sort of destashing the remainder of what I have. And I just tied them up with some Sari ribbon and a little vintage key, so they each have a bundle like this that comes inside. So inside here is just a little, kind of like a little vintage sampler of just like little vintage cards that I have. You can use these in your projects, use them as pockets or just to tuck into pockets. So I'll just go ahead and go through this one really fast. So there's just a couple of little vintage tags. There's this one, actually, and they might differ. I'm not sure that they all have the exact same tag. I can't remember, but they all have the same thing. So if there's 2 tags in this one, there's 2 tags in all of them, if that makes sense. I'm pretty sure they all have the same tags. Anyway, so 2 vintage tags here. Little library card. You have 2 vintage greeting cards. 2 file folder, little index tab things. I love to use these and collage on them. I like to make a picture frame and put a picture frame on these. That's just what I use these for. I have stacks and stacks of these. And a little airline tag, another library card. This is just a little, I'm not sure what this little card is for, like an insurance card. And then a vintage greeting card, or sorry, a vintage postcard, and 2 vintage envelopes. So just sort of a small vintage sampler pack, all packed up nicely in this little ephemera folder that goes inside of this cool envelope that you can use for something else if you like. So that is just what I have. Some of these items are just, like I said, I have to destash because I just have so much stuff, and I just thought I would package it up really cute like this, and maybe someone else can enjoy these Sari trims that I've loved on very much and had a lot of fun with. So yeah, that is my shop update. I wanted to include these journals in my shop update, and I will try to, but I have some more work I want to do on these. These are like original hand-painted art covers, and I really want to make these extra pretty, and I want to take my time on these, so I don't know if I'll have these ready in time, but I'm gonna try. And if they're not ready in time, of course I'll continue to update on my Instagram as to when they will be ready. So for the meantime, we have 10 journals, these little ephemera folders, and some Sari bundles. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this video wasn't too long, and I will see you at my shop update. All of the information for that date and time will be in the description box of this video. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.